I owe you an apology. I owe an apology to all of my fans and to GWO fans in general. December 5th, 2020, triple threat match. Creamsicle, Shade, Tater McFry, one of the most highly anticipated matchups in GWO history. Match goes on as normal and is ended by an act of violence so horrific that I felt the need to jump in and end it myself. December 8th, 2020. I justified jumping on top of Tater McFry and tapping out for him, and I promised to teach Shade a lesson. I promised to teach him the difference between good and bad, and promised to teach him to choose good, not bad. December 17th, 2020, I finally get my first chance to act out what I said I was going to do. I finally get my very first chance at teaching Shade the lesson. My tag team titles are on the line. The Nerds Tag Team Championship reign is on the line, but I didn't even know this. GWO screwed me over by putting my tag team titles on the line without even telling me. But I'm not going to blame it on GWO, I'm blaming it on me because I was the one who lost the match. I tried to teach Shade a lesson and I failed. Shade won and he walked out GWO Tag Team Champion. December 30th, 2020. Outraged by the events that happened 13 days prior, I get another crack at teaching Shade a lesson. I am determined to teach Shade his lesson, and I am determined to teach GWO officials that I am worthy of being Tag Team Champion, and that they should never, ever, ever put a title on the line without even telling the champion. But once again, I fail. However, this time, at the end of the match, Tater McFry comes in and blows up Shade. January 3rd, 2021, Tater McFry and I make a video challenging Shade to a 2-on-1 handicap box match, tornado box match. And we tell him that we know that the numbers are not to his advantage and that he should feel absolutely no pressure whatsoever to accept our challenge. January 7th, 2021, Shade accepts the challenge and we have our match. For a third time, I get the opportunity to teach Shade a lesson and I fail. Tater McFry gets the opportunity to get revenge on Shade for beating up his already injured knee. Tater fails. I fail. Tater fails. We fail. And 3 times I have tried. 3 times I have tried to teach Shade a lesson. 3 times I have failed. And tonight I officially say, no more. Now, I've seen some of the comments on our GWO YouTube channel. Comments such as, I love Shade's new attitude. Comments such as, Shade is the best. Comments such as, Creamsicle so delusional. Comments such as, Creamsicle needs to be taught a lesson, not Shade. Comments such as, Creamsicle is such a wimp for trying to pick up a cheap 2-on-1 victory with Tater McFry over Shade. Comments such as, is Creamsicle finally humble? Well, here's what you need to know. I have always been humble. I have always been humble. I'm sorry if I didn't make that clear enough, but I have always been humble, and what I've been trying to do is humble Shade. I guess I didn't get my point across good enough because there are still people who think that I'm the delusional one and that I'm the one that needs to be taught a lesson, that I'm the one that needs to be humbled. But that could not be further from the truth. I'm trying to humble Shade because in that triple threat match, he won in cheap fashion. He attacked Tater McFry's knee, which we already knew was not 100% healthy from the injury he sustained way back. I jumped in on top of McFry, tapped out for him, which ended the match, resulting in a Shade victory. He won because of my humility. But ever since then, he's been walking around like he's Randy Orton or something. However, I acknowledge that Shade is better than I am right now. I'm not going to be able to teach him a lesson because I've already tried 3 times. No avail. So I'm going to take some time off. I'm going to step away from GWO and from Shade for a little while. I apologize. I apologize to Grayson, my tag team partner, and my best friend in the entire world, for having to temporarily step away. I apologize to Tater McFry for not bringing him the justice that he deserves, and for failing him in our box match. But most importantly, I apologize to you, our loyal fans. I apologize for making a promise that I couldn't keep. I apologize that we have a little twerp like Shade running around. He's the number one guy in our promotion right now. I apologize for not making it clear enough that I'm the humble one. He's the one that needs to be taught a lesson. But most importantly, above all, I apologize for not being good enough when it really mattered.